TV show. Well, everyone knows about the traffic woes of the IT city Bengaluru. Great office spaces has made it one of India's largest employment hubs. But the road bottleneck around the Silkboard junction in the city is actually causing havoc. The junction connects to the IT hubs and micro markets of JP Nagar, Jayanagar, Banarghatta Road, BTM layout, Sarjapur Road, HSR layout, and Electronic City. That's a long list. It's the only major road that connects to BTM layout and Outer Ring Road, Sarjapur, which means you need to hit this to travel into the city from all these sites. The long hours waiting in traffic here have led people on Twitter calling it one of the bridges to cross to succeed in the IT profession. Lakshmi Sivdas joins us with some citizens who travel through this nightmare.
I'm standing here at the Silkboard junction. This is the intersection of traffic for the IT hubs of Electronic City, Hosur Road, BTM layout and Whitefield. According to the traffic police's own estimates, there are over 60,000 vehicles that ply these roads during the peak hours. Joining me are some of the citizens, commuters as well as traffic wardens who face the brunt of the traffic mess over here. Karthik, let me start with you. You ply through these roads almost every day. What kind of a traffic mess are we really talking about?
Actually, most of the IT companies are located in two corridors to the east and northeast. So all of the vehicles tend to accumulate towards the rush hour, especially when the offices are over and people are returning home. And the jams can almost go up to 2 kilometers from here. It takes almost 2.5 hours for people to get home, especially for people working in these areas.
What about you? You also go by this road almost every day. How much time have you wasted stuck here?
So on average, I've been using this road for more than 10 years now. And it takes me on a good day probably an hour and a half, particularly this junction. So this junction gets piled up almost 3 to 4 kilometers, as Karthik said, all the way back, and it could take close to 45 minutes just to clear this one signal all alone.
Let me just move on to the traffic wardens who've actually been on ground helping the situation here. Sir, what do you think has gone wrong in the planning of this particular junction?
Because some of the underpass which is there, which has become useless now, because many of the computers, it has become a lot of confusion for the people. Instead of that, if they have a flyover from here to up to this Sarjapur Road, I think that will ease a lot of traffic congestion. And in addition to that, if the traffic police man properly in respect of jaywalkers and other things, that will also reduce a lot of accidents as well as smooth sailing also. That's one of my viewpoint.
So what about you? What do you think is the cause for the huge traffic mess over here?
Lots of things actually. You see, for one, Bangalore has this obnoxious quality of having a bus stop at the start and the end of each intersection. You go there, you'll see buses standing right where flyover ends. The police station is like, what, half a kilometer from this place? And yet they find it so difficult to use our taxpayers' money to have 2 constables standing there to make buses move slightly ahead. Number one. Look at our road conditions. Travel on top of this, it's full of potholes. Vehicles can't go fast, they keep changing lanes. And as a result, all these jams happen every day. How difficult was it to build a pedestrian subway from here to there for the past 10 years now, 15 years now? The infrastructure of this city has completely failed.
Interesting point you're making there. I'd just like to go back to the point you talked about, not enough constables manning these roads. Would you say that's an issue of not having manpower?
Yeah, manpower, of course, certainly it's a lack of manpower, because police as it is, they don't have much manpower. Especially each police station got very less manpower in respect of traffic management itself. They have to attend to their regular cases and other things. Here in the intersections and especially this junctions, major junctions, at least if they have at least 2 constables in each point, in signal points, I think to some extent the traffic can be eased out.
If you want to talk about solutions, even the traffic police have been suggesting carpooling and other public transport methods. So, but why do you think people are not taking to this concept?
Practically, there are a lot of problems in this. One thing is this trust factor. Because when we go for a public carpool, we do not know who are the other occupants or the driver also. So there is a safety factor, especially when we consider women. Okay, and the other thing is the carpooling apps are not efficiently implemented.
Finally, sir, what do you think is a viable solution to this problem? And also, do you think this is going to hurt Bangalore's tech edge?
Tech age has definitely been hurt. Bangalore is no more the prime destination for techies to come to unless they have a very fancy job. Public transport, the Volvos which run from Majestic to the IT areas are full. People stand in them every day during the peak hour. But the government is not able to enhance capacity because it is the basic infrastructure which is lacking. The condition of the road, the width of the road, the simple things like pedestrian subways, police constables manning them. The matter is whether we are socially accountable for what we do. Unless this social accountability comes through, especially from departments which are in the Department for Infrastructure, things will not improve here.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Those were the citizens, commuters and traffic wardens at the Silkboard junction talking about how this junction and the traffic mess here is affecting their daily lives. What they're asking for is accountability from the government and infrastructure departments.